In this video, we're going to talk about the devices that are tiny house movement friendly. I don't know. Figure you got two different items. You got a tablet device here. Say a tablet PC running Windows. And these one of these small size laptops running Windows. And a laptop this size makes a good starter for young kids, whatever. Like kids learning how to use a computer. So that could be a good starter. We'll open them up and make more comparisons, but we're not going to be turning any of these on. I'm sure you've probably seen the unboxing video of this. And shit. So I said before, this small laptop here is like a good... It definitely will make a good starter for young people. Like for kids, whatever. Because it's small, lightweight. It's a better alternative than this Chromebooks. And this here's a tablet with its own detachable keyboard. Yeah, figure typical size there. And this, somebody else knows this one. Just for comparison purposes. You'll have that. This one has more keys and shit on it. More keys. But these are definitely like tiny house movement friendly, considering their compact size. In fact, this here would definitely put Android tablets to shame. And it has all the same functionality as Windows PCs. If it runs Windows, practically the same functionality. Have cameras built into them. But this one has a 64-bit version of Windows, which has become common in computers sold nowadays. Typical computers like typical laptops and desktop PCs, they'll have a 64-bit version. While this one here uses 32-bit. Let's do a detailed, let's make a more detailed comparison. Oh yeah, they do have mouse. And say the bottom, so you can right click them. Or you can hook an external mouse. With no problem. But tablets have touchscreens. So you can use like your finger, or it comes with these styluses. Which also works. Like this laptop here has one USB port on the side there, which you can use to hold like one of those external hard drives or a mouse. This one has on the side here an out to talking power, HDMI connector. This USB port's USB 3.0, headphone port, and a feature that's commonplace in computers nowadays, SD card reader. That's common with modern PCs, and they do have webcams built into them and shit. This one, all the ports on this side. Has an HDMI connector there. I think it's mini HDMI. This one has a slot for your expansion. This one has some type of connection port there, like some type of thunder port, whatever. So yeah, when what that does. Oh yeah, USB cable, so you can use it to hook shit, like hook an external mouse to it or portable hard drive. Power button. one's headphone jacks. And that's for your power, hook your power doing shit. It's got a microphone built into it. So we found about this tablet. See a speaker right there. Speakers on this are like in the bottom. Right there and right there. And this one here is a external camera. Right there too. The reason why the screen on this, you could definitely see the reflection off of it. Because it's a touch sensitive screen. This one's probably not, it's likely not. But it's definitely light enough, and they both use solid state drives. This one, say figured they both hold 32 gig drives anyway. 32 gigabytes of capacity. But this one here has more pre-installed software. This one doesn't even have pre-installed software. Maybe one game. Microsoft Solitaire Collection. This one probably has more games and more shit. I should just find a stripped down version. I should find a stripped down version of Office and put on this. Maybe I should. Because for what I typically use, laptop I typically use, larger than both of these. Larger than safe and what I use has more memory, has a real hard drive on it, and a more powerful CPU. Yes, a more powerful CPU. And say even a typical laptop could also be used in a tiny house movement. Like in a tiny house. But figure, well, these are good tiny house friendly items because they're small compact size. They're easy to fit. Small compact size. Means you're not going to take up as much space. You can configure it. Like I could probably say I might put a stripped down version of Office on this, or might say who gives a shit. Besides, I'll probably just use the laptop I got now for typing up documents and shit. Maybe I'll do a comparison, or do a little bit of a comparison. Say for comparison purposes. Also make a comparison. That small laptop has a Celeron processor running at 1.6 gigahertz. Yeah, running at 1.6 gigahertz. And the tablet runs on one of those Atom processors. And both of them are Intel's. And this one here is the Core i5, which is a good system. And it gives you a computer name, whatever. Like if you press the start button, like if you have one of those Microsoft accounts, either Hotmail or Live, whatever, and it'll probably show you your real name. Same with that tablet. It's got like say Office Mobile on it, and if you have one of those Microsoft accounts. And if you use the Microsoft account, it immediately customizes it. Gives it a background. And there's the background. And the background's not a tablet, I could show you. For sure. Yeah, I figured beer can, and that was like some building of a trap house. Like say more than 3 years ago. And I was helping out on that. And I took a lot of fucking beer. A whole shitload of beer. I totally lost count, and I pretty much lost count how many beers it was. Definitely was like over 100 beers among all the people involved in it. 100 say maybe 120, 125 beer job. Especially when the cement work was done. People doing the cement work wanted to drink their beer at, say, early in the fucking morning. So that became good days for drinking. As an example, if you use Office Mobile on this, which gives you read-only options, and if you set up to use your Microsoft account, it automatically changes it to where it shows your real name, even on the Start menu. When you press the Windows button and access the Start menu on this, it'll show you your real name, not just your username, not what the folder's titled as. But I'll show you your real email address that you have through your Microsoft account. And it changed the background to say this picture of same background image. You know what? That's a bare background image anyway. This is just for comparison purposes. Yeah, just for comparison purposes. Showing, say, like comparing a small laptop, which just makes a good starter, to say typical tablet PC. Yeah, I'll show the features my laptop has, maybe for comparison. Maybe I should anyway. Just for sheer fun. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that in this video. Oh, this here pretty much, like I say, what my laptop has. Like it has some slots there for the cooling fan or whatever. That's where you hook the power cord. Must be some type of button here. Has a external hookup where you can hook a monitor to it. And has a say wired network port, HDMI port, plus two USB ports. One's USB 2.0 and the blue cone, that's USB 3. And yeah, the HDMI connection does work. I've hooked it up to a television already. It does work. Now I'm going to show you the other side. And there's the other side. That's for your headphone, whatever, for your headphones. That's a card reader, SD card reader. Another USB port. I usually use that one for hooking up the mouse, hooking up an external mouse. And this here is this is DVD multi-recorder, compact disc rewritable. Oh yeah, rewrite DVDs. That's like typical laptops having. This is a tray loading. That's like all the features it has on the outside for comparison. I may open up and show you more. I'm sure you probably, if you've seen the unboxing video of this, that pretty much shows all the same shit anyway. And see, this has a webcam built into it too. That's become common with these laptops and shit. And there's no difference unlike those ones. The bottom part of the trackpad clicks. This one has separate buttons. For left click, right click. Even now you can just do this. You can, if you want to click on something, you can do that. Has the same capability too. Yeah, it has a keyboard. The only difference is this one has a numerical keypad, which I kind of like. That's probably one of the things I pretty much noticed when this was like, so I'm sure if you've seen the unboxing video of this, it does the same shit anyway. And I did use the external monitor port as well on it. Oh yeah. Their feature says under Dolby. Yeah, good sounding speakers too. I'm gonna put this back and then move the others over here and then do an ending to this video. As I said, the primary focus of the video was these. Say computers are like devices are tiny house movement friendly. And that's pretty much that's pretty much just a comparison talking about tiny house movement friendly systems. And that's like computers are friendly to the tiny house movement. And I'm sure how the tiny house movement is gonna react. Who the fuck knows? Like how the fuck is the tiny house movement gonna react to this shit? I just put the tagline. How's the people that own iPads or his Android fucking tablets are gonna react? How they're gonna react? Who the fuck knows? I guess in this video we'll find out. For sure. But not before my ass goes to fucking bed after I stop this camera. And that's just a little overview of they say computers and whatever and tablets friendly to the tiny house movement. But I think I'll definitely think about find something to put this in, like a case or something. Man, I should just buy a fucking briefcase. Maybe want to solid briefcases with a couple compartments and then I don't know, maybe for what reason, I don't know. Well, maybe not. Who the fuck knows? Well, that's pretty much it for this video. And this here, that's somebody else's. The reason I'm not turning on because one, I'm not here to offend people. Just a comparison video of tiny house movement friendly systems. The reason why this will be in this house, well, because that's one of the conditions for the person to own it. It must have remained in its place, so it could be carefully supervised. That's the person. That applies to the person who owns that. Other than that, only time I ever tried using was probably to put say usable antivirus software on it. And the only modifications this one had was that I had the antivirus software removed that came with it, because that was only a 30-day trial. And I found some antivirus software that could be put on there for free. That could be obtained through, say, the cable company subscription. Probably because we have cable internet in this house, and they offer antivirus software. So what they provide is on this. But there's antivirus software on this too. But the antivirus software on this tablet was like what I'm paying for. Software I pay for a year. Because this one here, I pretty much own. And the only modifications I've done to that, besides with the sub with Office Mobile and shit, I ended up putting a new web browser on there, Firefox, as well as the mentioned antivirus software. That's pretty much all I've done. And that's pretty much it for this video. This video is going to probably become a little bit lengthy. for sure.